Okay, I'm just going to talk to you about how to take a semi-trailer off or disconnect the trailer from the prime mover. It was also called uncoupling. So step number one is we need to find a secure place, flat surface where we can stop the truck. Secure it. Once you've parked, you pull the park brake on, and that should release the air, and the brake pads will lock on for your wheels, so it's not going to move anywhere. Second step is really secure the trailer, and we're going to wind these legs down. So if you come here, this is a fairly common setup. You've got two, just come on in closer. You've got two stages, and you can see it close up in here. If I pull it all the way out, just get it there. So it's all the way out at the moment. This is, as you can see, the very, very slowest one. So that's the strongest, but the slowest one. If I push it all the way in, this is the faster one. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to wind these legs all the way down until they make contact. There's a few different setups. Some are mechanical, some have drop pins and things, but this was the most common setup with a handle like this. Okay, once I get close to the ground, just taking it easy, I just need to make contact. And you can feel a bit of tension in the handle there. I've just made contact. I don't need to jack it up high, because if you put the legs up too high, it's going to be hard to release the jaws and actually disconnect it. So we just want to make contact a little bit. I can tuck that back up in here. So now this trailer is secured. The brakes are locked on and the legs are on. Okay, so once you've got your legs down, the next thing we want to do is climb up on the back of the prime mover and disconnect the cables, the airlines and the electrical lines. So if you come up here, we've got a lot of trucks have little taps for the airlines. So I'm going to turn the tap off, so that'll stop the air from going into the trailer. Now with the cables here, we're going to disconnect the air first. Now there's actually a little notch here. I'll just disconnect and show you closely. There's a little notch there, and there's a flat surface. That's very important that they line up so it will go backwards and forth. If it's not lined up, it's locked in place and you won't be able to disconnect. So if I try and put it in there, it's not going to connect. But if I get the little notch on the flat spot, it will lock in. So that's very important that that notch is lined up on the flat spot. So I've disconnected the red, disconnect the blue, and last of all we disconnect the electrical. Now you don't want to grab the electrical here, this is going to wreck some of the wires on the inside. So when you're disconnecting the electrical socket there, just give it a little jiggle and hold on to the silver part. Then we want to hook it up there somewhere where it's neat and tidy and it doesn't jangle around. On this truck here we've got a little socket there that it can sit in, and another socket in for that one to sit in. I'm just going to tuck that in so it doesn't bounce around. So they're neat and secure now. So I've just disconnected the cables, the electrical and airlines. I've already got the legs down. The next thing is we need to pull the jaws open. Okay, so the next thing, we've disconnected the cables and the legs are down. The last thing we do is pull this handle out. Once you pull this handle out, you'll notice that the bolt at the front pops forward and this handle is in the out position. I can then now drive the prime mover forward and we've then disconnected.